What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back another video on the channel, and today we are back with another review of the most popular items at sit-down franchise restaurants. Today we took it to TGI Fridays and we got the top 3 most ordered items on the menu. We've done a lot of these restaurants and some of them have been better than I expected. If you don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of these sit-down chain restaurants, so we've just kind of gone through and ordered the most popular items from each, and I'm going to try them, rate them, and then give my verdict on whether or not this restaurant is worth the money and the hype or not. Truth be told, I haven't been to TGI Fridays many times. I can count on one hand in my life, probably maybe 3 or 4 times, so I'm not that familiar with the menu. I have had some of the frozen stuff, which looks like some of the stuff they give you. The Mootsie sticks and potato skins, honestly, they took me through college for a while, so I'm familiar with those. I'm pretty sure they're the same things, but I'm gonna try everything, see what is good. Couple of items that look pretty good, pretty interesting. So without further ado, I'm not gonna hold y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Drop a thumbs up, like, subscribe, you know, all of that cringy YouTube stuff. They have 3 or 4 new sauces as well that I got, one of which exploded in the bag on the way home, so we ain't got that. 2 new side dishes, which we are going to review as well, which is like mac and cheese and some street corn. Face value, looks better than some of the places that I've had, but taste is what matters the most. So let's start off with the traditional Fridays combo. This is the most popular appetizer. It comes with Mootsie sticks, wings. You can get boneless or bone-in. I got bone-in, as well as potato skins, which I got with one of their new sauces. It's called Fox on the Rocks Barbecue. I don't know what the hell that means, but we are going to find out. Let's start off with a wing. Wings look pretty well glazed. The last time I got the crispers from, I believe it was Chili's, they didn't sauce them at all, so that is a nice little upgrade. Thank you, TGI Fridays. Let's see what we got. Okay, gotta break this one down a little bit. The sauce is like a spicy barbecue sauce. It's not half bad. Get a little bit of the sweetness from the barbecue. Looks like they added some sort of hot sauce to it, and it worked out pretty well as far as the sauce goes. But I'll tell you what, this wing, I don't know if y'all noticed, I had a little trouble trying to like digest that one. A little dry. I like my wings well done, but that's almost too well done. Maybe it's a one-off on one wing, but let's see what it is. If y'all don't know, I like my drums. Also came with a ranch, so let's dip it in the ranch. See what we got with the ranch. Can't even fit this. It looks like they like cut these wings open so that they cook easier. From what it looks like, the skin seems to be like butterflied on one side. It definitely is. The ranch seems like packaged ranch, which I kind of expect. The issue with this wing comes with how they cut it. It looks like they butterflied it. You can almost see, when I pull this one up too, how it's like split like that. Now, the issue with that is the wing's gonna cook a lot faster. But if you leave them in too long, they're gonna overcook. And these are overcooked. There you are. Also just got a bone because of that. So, from an efficiency standpoint, it's smart, but you run the risk of what I just did with having a dry wing. The sauce is okay. It's not like the best sauce I've ever had, but because of how dry that wing is, I wouldn't want to eat that again. I'll give it a little bit of credit for the sauce, but other than that, that's more of a skill issue. You might have some that are cooked better than me and rate this a lot higher than me, but based off those wings alone, I will give them a 4 out of 10. All right, let's move on to these Mootsie sticks. I've had these from the packaged version, so I know that they're not bad at all. One issue, I didn't check the bag because they seal it when you pick it up. They didn't give me any marinara. I know it comes with marinara, but it ain't got none. It's fried right, at least. And these are cheesy. They always have been. Even when you get the frozen version, look at the amount of cheese that you get in the middle of that. I wouldn't be mad at this. Again, we're judging this on a scale, so we're talking about like franchises. I don't expect like this crazy Mootsie stick compared to the places that I get, like the mom and pops. Of course not. But this, I used to love them, little frozen ones. That just takes me back. I would order a whole plate of those. They have a little bit of seasoning on them, but what really works these is the amount of cheese that you get in it. See if I get a cheese pull. Doubt it. Oh, we do. Look at that. Okay, Fridays. Like that. That's nice. And yes, I dipped it in ranch. Try it. It's not bad. I'll tell you what. You bring out a plate of those, I'm not really mad at you. One caveat is, again, I do know you can buy those from the frozen food section, and they taste exactly the same. And I rock with those at the crib. But if I'm at a restaurant, you got to pay like a premium. You get the frozen box, it's like $8. You get like 10 of them. With this, you probably, pay $13 and get like 7 or 8. But we all know what that is. Like that's kind of a franchise thing. So I won't really hold that against them, but I did just have to say it. But even with all that, I would still, on a chain restaurant scale, give those an 8.5 out of 10. I just really like those. I have like a throwbackness with those. Let's go into these potato skins, which I also used to get. Again, this is like that college grind for me, bro. I used to get, that's a damn slice of cheese. You can see the fact it's a slice of cheddar. You got the potato on here, which looks like it's seasoned. So nice touch with that. Pretty decent amount of bacon as well. Still got a nice crunch to it. I prefer potato skins to be a little thinner than this. How am I going to nitpick at a damn franchise restaurant, bro? You know what I mean? But we still give our opinion. A little bit of the ranch. Bacon and cheddar. The seasoning on the potatoes is more than adequate. Thank you for seasoning. It really does make a difference, because potato skins are very simple, but when executed well, they still bang. The little sampler combo, I ain't got a problem with it, because I'll rock with these potato skins all day. Potato skins, slightly worse, but still very good. 7.5 out of 10 for the whole plate. I would get this if I was sitting down at Fridays and wouldn't really have an issue with it. I do think that the wings is like a one-off, a skill issue, whatever have. I don't really have a problem with them, but I have to be like honest about how I feel. If I was getting this, $11 for that, I'll probably get it myself. Y'all can't share it with me. But even with all that, I would still give the whole thing a 7.8 out of 10, which is very, very good for this genre of food. A lot of these places, people love the pastas. Like, I've noticed when I look at the top menu items, you always get a pasta dish. And this honestly looks pretty good. I hope it's as good as it looks. This is the Cajun shrimp and chicken pasta. It has obviously the sauteed chicken and the sauteed shrimp, but it also has red bell peppers. There's some Parmesan cheese, and obviously there's some parsley on here. Looks like there's a breadstick on the top. I clearly have not opened that yet, so we shall find out right about now. That is in fact a breadstick, looking very... Let's try a breadstick. Nah, I cooked this thing to hell. The biggest thing about it is not just the cook. There's not a lot of like anything to it. No butter, no Parmesan, and believe it or not, Olive Garden. This is like the one thing from Olive Garden that I will eat. But if you mix it with the pasta, it might do a little something to you. But alone, not so much. 5 out of 10. Let's get into the cake. If I'd have been wearing this ranch, if I'd have been wearing that ranch, you know what? Just go over here and hang out with your friends, bro. Let me mix this up and get a little mix to this. Let me see. It's like it's got a good amount of sauce on it, which is nice. The one time I got pasta from another place, there really wasn't a lot of sauce on it. Make sure I get a piece of shrimp in here. This doesn't look half bad. It's sauced to hell. I love that. Very saucy. A little bit of spice on it. Alfredo tasting, spicy Cajun pasta. It's not bad. Again, my expectations were not through the roof with this, so I'm not expecting something like, oh my goodness, the best pasta I ever had. But everything's still fresh, everything's still warm. I know people like to ask about stuff like that, but the temperature is, this is perfect for me. It's not steaming hot, but it's hot. Some of y'all like steaming hot food, which I respect, but that's just not for me. As usual with places like this, the sauce has a little bit of like a salty taste to it, which kind of overpowers the little hint of spice that you get and the Alfredo. And again, this costs like $20 for this. And that's where I kind of get like, I just don't think this is $20 pasta. I understand if you live in an area where there's not a lot of restaurants that have like mom and pop places that make better pasta than this for a better price. So with that being said, again, I went to school in Iowa, and in Iowa, we didn't have a lot of mom and pop places that make pasta. So I was a frequenter of Applebee's. But now that I'm back at home, it don't really hit like it used to. The chicken is relatively tender, and it doesn't taste like that packaged chicken. There's a grill or griddled taste on this. They said it's sauteed. It's 100% sauteed. This, compared to the other pastas I've had, tastes a lot more homemade and a lot more saucy. So if I was picking, so far, of the pasta dishes that I've had, this is the best one that I've had so far. Again, it's not great, but my expectations aren't high. So on that scale, I would give this the highest rating I've given all the pastas like terrible ratings. This gets actually a pretty good rating. I would give this an 8 out of 10 compared to other ones. Nice little creamy, good amount of shrimp in here. I'm getting shrimp in every bite. Look at that. Okay, Fridays, bro. It's really not bad. A little overpriced, but it's competitive price compared to the other stuff. If you never had this, honestly, check this out. It's really pretty good. The #1 ordered burger at TGI Fridays was not the original, but it was the whiskey glaze. You can see the whiskey glaze sauce on here. Now, I don't like... Wait, they took some of the stuff. I didn't ask for no... They kind of messed my burger up, I'm not gonna lie. They just gave me whiskey sauce and a bun. That's not what I ordered, bro. I asked for a lot of stuff on this. I asked for tomatoes, bacon, cheddar, and red onion, and I got none of it. The burger's supposed to be cooked medium, but I guess we can just taste the burger for what it is, and it's not going to get carried by any of the other stuff, which usually happens with stuff like this. So I'm not necessarily mad at that. So we got just a plain burger with whiskey sauce. Brioche bun, it looks like. It's cooked medium too. I know some of y'all don't like beef unless it's well done. I'm not that guy. I like my burgers medium. I like my steaks medium rare. So you can see, got the pink center, as it should be. The whiskey glaze sauce is very good. So I can't even tell if this burger I mean, this is probably packaged. You can just see there's probably a frozen patty. I just want to taste it. This part doesn't seem to have any on it. No, I ain't seasoning that at all. No. I'm gonna tell you what. When you get that whiskey glaze sauce on it right here, it makes up for it. Burger's pretty juicy. The bun, it's a brioche. Not the greatest brioche you'll ever have, but it is brioche. It's kind of buttery. It looks like they toasted the bun as well and put plenty of sauce on here. And as you can see, there are grill marks on that, and there's a noticeable charred taste to it. Burger with the side costs about $15, which is pretty status quo. This is one of the better, it's not the best that I've had, but one of the better burgers. All these places seem to make good burgers at the very least. So my suggestion to anybody, if you're going to any of these places and you're not sure, you don't feel bold, just get a burger. You'll be alright with that. Burger, not bad at all. I'll give it an 8.3 out of 10. And here we have, every restaurant seems to be doing this. We got a spoon? Yeah. They all seem to be doing this. You got the elote, the Mexican street corn. That's what they call it, Mexican street. I think it's called elote, actually. Either way, you know what it is. There should be some mayo and like some, I don't know what kind of cheese they're going to use in this, but it looks better just from face value. The corn looks like it has noticeable bits of charred corn in there, which all the other places, it seem like boiled corn with some cheese in it. So they're on the right track with that. So I'm going to stir this up. Oh, big piece. It looks like I actually have cojita cheese in here. Look. Let's see. All right, let's give it a shot. And there's mayo in there. They got the cheese and mayo bit correct, but it's missing that extra depth of seasoning that they have. It is TGI Friday, so I'm not expecting like super authentic stuff, but the charred corn does add another little depth of flavor. It looks like they put this on the grill. I'm going to tell you what, of all the places I've had, most of these were absolute buns when I ate them, like being real. This is not absolute buns. Now, it's not elite, but again, scaling down to the franchise sit-down type of meal, this is so far the best one I've had, and they're all making this exact same dish. It's the best one I've had so far. There's just a noticeable, like, Like, they tried. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me just being optimistic. Again, if I go to a Mexican restaurant, it's gonna be 1,000 times better than this. But good amount of cheese. It's actually the cojita, the crumbly. Got the mayo in here. It's just missing that little bit, like, of the seasoning that you would put on it. That would take it to where I'll say, okay, this is very good. But this isn't half bad. And compared to the other places, I would take this over them. Again, this is actually surprising me, but I would give this an 8 out of 10 as well. And now we have the ultimate test. This is their new 4-cheese creamy mac and cheese. It says creamy, and it looks creamy. Now, I've said this before. My affinity with mac and cheese is more away from creamy. I like more of the baked mac and cheese, but it looks like there's a layer of something here. Oh, shit, nah. I don't know what 4 cheeses they use. Look like 1.5 to me, but dude. Dude. Okay. You want me to heat this up? This is the first thing that looks like it's getting cold. Let me be fair. I'm gonna put this in the microwave. All right, we're fresh out of the microwave. Now this is hot as hell, so I'm gonna have to hold this here while I stir it. Ooh, that's steamy. Hold on. At least it's like not what it was before, which is a congealed mess. Now I can at least see where they're going with it. I don't want to burn my tongue, but this is why we do this. It looks like white cheddar or something. I don't know. There are multiple cheeses in here. Never thought I'd say that. Now, again, it's not great. It's more of a sauce than actual cheese put in here, but you can tell there's different kind of cheeses in the sauce. Seems like there's some sort of jack cheese in here as well. Because I'm also getting something very Parmesan, because you're getting something that's very salty. But, again, it's Fridays. I've had some mid mac and cheeses from places like this. And this is upper mid, which is the first time I can say that of any of these franchise places. I'm actually kind of floored. That is better than I thought I'd think it was. Honestly, you put that like on a burger or something like that and you hide it in something, it can go a long way. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Now, the last thing I want to do is try some of these sauces because they seem pretty interesting. There's Korean chili. I don't know which one's which because they didn't tell me. So this may be... That seems like a chili. I don't know what the hell it is. We're going to use a mutsi stick to kind of see what's what. Let's go into this sauce. This isn't bad. It's a nice sauce. I think this is their spiked orange. It has a bit of an orange taste to it, but there's some kind of like liquor aftertaste. Like, you know, I have the Jack Daniel's sauce. I'm not saying it has actual liquor in it. I'm getting that from that. That isn't something I'd put on a wing, but like to dip on the side of some fries or something like that, that's kind of tough. 7 out of 10. Come over here. So I don't know what the hell this is. We'll figure it out. I don't know what that is. It tastes like barbecue sauce to me. I don't think they give me right sauce. It tastes like just mid-ass barbecue sauce. 5 out of 10. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh, wait a minute. No, this is a spiked orange. What the f... Spiked? I'm gonna get drunk eating that. What the hell is this? Hold on. Is this supposed to be Korean chili? I don't know what part of Korea that's from. When I called that spiked orange, I'd give it a 7. Now I'll give it a 5. And this actually tastes like liquor. The hell is this? Nah, 1 out of 10. That right there. I like the Jack Daniel's sauce because they added a sweetness to it, but there's nothing to mask the taste of just alcohol. It's like they're supposed to burn the alcohol out of it, and they didn't do it. I never was a person that really cared for TGI Fridays. I never really went to TGI Fridays. And now, honestly, if I was picking one of these sit-down restaurants, I wouldn't be mad at TGI Fridays. A lot of the stuff was in the 7s and 8s categories, which for me, I rate these places a little bit lower than most people because I didn't grow up eating a lot of them, and I don't really like them compared to... I'm just one of those people that believe that you either go to fast food, which is cheap, even though the price is getting a little out of hand these days, or go to a mom and pop. But this is like that in-between where I'm paying sit-down prices for something that's like not really sit-down quality. But for that, it's pretty decent. If you can get, like, I know a lot of these places have specials like 2 for $20s and 2 for $10s. I didn't see that here. I used the online menu in the app and I just picked up. But as far as the quality of the food goes, it tastes less frozen than a lot of these places, and I'm kind of surprised by it. It's one of the better places that I've had, up there with like the Outbacks and stuff. Not bad. Top 3 dishes, I can 100% see why. I would 100% order any 3 of those. Hopefully next time I get what was ordered on the burger, but that whiskey glaze sauce is fire. I thought the ribs would be more ordered, but it wasn't in the top 3. They have a different menu, some different stuff, and they even have a Cake Boss cake, which the first time I did Fridays on this channel, because it's the second time, which back then I said it was like the 3rd time I've ever been. They had a Cake Boss cake, like a rainbow cake, which I had. It was like a $13 cake, but it was huge, and it wasn't bad at all, but they're using like the Cake Boss because we're in Jersey. I don't know how that works with other places, so I didn't want to get it because it might not be nationwide, and that wouldn't be fair to anybody. But overall, out of 10, I would give this place on that chain restaurant scale a 7.5. It's solid. I don't really have an issue with it outside of my outlying issues, but you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep everything as non-biased as possible. So overall, I would pick this place over a lot. There's a few more places that we are going to get to. Red Lobster's still on my list. Olive Garden is still on my list. And you know, some of the smaller chains on the border, we have a few more. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will be back tomorrow. More content, man. I love y'all. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube. Oh, by the way, I'm going to see Indiana Jones tomorrow. For people who care about what my content is, I don't like to I don't know, spoiler alert. The showtime is late, so I'm gonna have to find something super late. I won't be out of the theater till like 2 or 3 in the morning. But we'll figure it out. Content is content, bro. You already know what it is. I love y'all, man. Again, hand signs, they made it to YouTube.